Have you ever thought about opening your own mobile cart or kiosk business? Maybe the facility you manage could establish new revenue by adding coffee, food, or retail services. Cart King International can be the answer to your needs. Cart King is a North American designer and manufacturer of the finest mobile coffee, food, and retail carts and kiosks. Cart King has been working with clients and corporations across North America for 20 years, providing innovative designs, custom manufacturing, and timely delivery. Carts and kiosks are fun, and so are the dozens of designs on our website. Please visit us today at www.cart-king.com or just call us at 1-877-986-7771 and get your sales rolling.
If you find yourself in need of legal representation, it can be a very stressful time in your life. In my career, I have dealt with thousands of lawyers, I've dealt with thousands of law firms, and I can confidently recommend to you Keith M. Davidson at kmdlaw.com. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just log into kmdlaw.com. That's kmdlaw.com. Or you can call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. That's 833-4KMD-LAW. Personal injury, wrongful death, STDs, sexual assault, car accidents. They handle it all efficiently and professionally. It doesn't matter how imposing the opposition may be, because the team at kmdlaw.com are battle-tested and fierce. They will not stop until justice prevails. Go to kmdlaw.com or call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. If you're in for the fight of your life, stop screwing around and contact KMD Law. PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry powder, and concentrated soap flakes using organic vegetable oils from their northern Minnesota facility. Bathe your body and wash your clothes with Pure Soap products that are free of fragrance, GMOs, palm oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, and synthetic additives. Keep it clean, folks. Pure Soap Flake Company products are kind to living creatures and sensitive skin, safe for drains and waterways, and work great in high-efficiency washers and top and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman Report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at puresoapflakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. The Opperman Report is brought to you by Aquadam.net. You can give them a call at 707-764-2119. A flooded home is never easy to deal with. You're left with the mess to clean up, the insurance companies to deal with, and not to mention all the memories, the precious memories that are lost in the flood. You can never replace those. And Aquadam can be a tool in your arsenal to protect your home and property from the floodwaters. The cofferdam is filled with water to control water and is reusable as long as it's taken care of. It can protect your home or business from rising floodwaters like a dam, but without the beavers. It can also be used in construction. If you need an area to be dewatered, an Aquadam can do the job. An Aquadam was used at SeaWorld in Orlando for the Mako roller coaster ride during the coaster's construction by dewatering the work area. An Aquadam is now dewatering the work area at San Antonio SeaWorld for their newest roller coaster ride. An Aquadam has been used in many construction projects all around the U.S. and all around the world. Now give Aquadam a call, 707-764-2119. You can look them up online at aquadam.net. You can find them on Facebook at Aquadam Inc. You call them up, you email them, you tell them Ed Opperman sent you, and they're going to take 10% off the price. Aquadam.net, 707-764-2119.
It's the Opperman Report. Join digital forensic investigator and PI Ed Opperman for an in-depth discussion of conspiracy theories, strategy of New World Order resistance, high-profile court cases in the news, and interviews with expert guests and authors on these topics and more. It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.
Okay, welcome to the Opperman Report. I'm your host, private investigator Ed Opperman. You could find me at Opperman Investigations and Digital Forensic Consulting through my website, emailrevealer.com, or you can email me directly at oppermaninvestigations@gmail.com. If you like our show, be sure and check out our Patreon. We set up a new Opperman Report Patreon. I put up 8 hours of new content there every month. I just put up a show there with T.H. Johnson about the O.J. Simpson case. But our archives are always free. You could find them at Spreaker.com. I do a live show there every Friday night. And you go there, and there's a chat room. And if you sign up for free, there's an email notification anytime I put up new content. Our guest today is a returning guest, although it'd be hard to find his previous shows because we believe they've been deleted off the internet. Robert W. Kirkconnell. He's the author of the book American Heart of Darkness, The Transformation of the American Republic into a Pathocracy. And he's really tuned in to what's going on out there, all about the 60s assassinations and the genocide of the Native Americans, CIA mind control subjects. One of these guys, too, I mean, we're Facebook friends, and I never feel guilty about, tagging you in my posts and stuff like that because you're such a good, easygoing guy. But tell the audience, who is Robert Kirkconnell?
Vietnam veteran, and probably that right there was the big transformation in my my view of things was Vietnam, because I found with this war and everything that was going on that there was a reality that was totally different from what American people were being told. And this was Johnson, all his lies about we're freeing the Vietnamese people and self-determination and all that, when we were napalming kids is what we were doing, and poisoning our own troops with Agent Orange and all this stuff. And that was my, and it wasn't, there was never really a one thing that was an epiphany or something, but it was just over a period of time that these lies and these myths of what reality is that are programmed into the American people continue to this day. I mean, we're still living with these things, and that's why I brought up all those subjects, the assassinations and all that. What really happened, and what happened in those assassinations, and what has happened really since World War II is a false narrative, and it's really hard to come. Sometimes there are some people on like come on Facebook and say, well, we need to have these wars for the economy and all this. And you want to spend our money going killing a bunch of little kids so that somebody can profit over dropping bombs, and it's not you, it's some billionaire somewhere in a company? Oh, no, that's not really what it is. But these people that actually believe this, and that's just an example. We're living in a world that we don't understand because it's been hidden from us, and we've been subjected to just constant propaganda. I remember being in the 7th and 8th grade, hiding under my desk because they had us believe the Russians were going to bomb us any minute. And I'm wondering if a nuclear bomb goes off, and I'm hiding under my desk. That's going to work. At 12 years old, when I look back on this is it's actually, I think it meets the definition of delusional.
Let me ask you a question.
And that's where I came from.
And real quick, your book is called American Heart of Darkness, The Transformation of American Republic into a Pathocracy. And by the way, you have a blog talk radio show you do every Sunday called America Heart of Darkness too as well. You put out new content every Sunday. But what does the word pathocracy mean? What is a pathocracy?
The simplest I can describe that is a sick government. Pathos, I think, is Greek, and anything that ends in "crossy" has to do with government. But as in, like, pathology is a study of illness, and I've got a in-depth definition of it, but that's basically it. It has certain characteristics that be very familiar to you if you you click them off. Control the narrative, demonizing people that are not thought of as being part of the team. The kind of things that we have now. We had Snowden and this guy Assange and Chelsea Manning and all that. These guys are being tortured, and that kind of thing, to take people that speak truth, and they're actually murdering these people, and do that. And you notice Democrats and Republicans are all for that on both sides. Not all, but quite a bit. Oh, this Assange guy, he's a traitor. He's not even an American. And these are indications of a pathocracy. And then believing that we have free speech when you take a guy like that is a journalist and jail him over truthing. Chelsea Manning reported she released tapes of Afghanistan of blowing up pickup trucks with families in them and pieces of little kids flying through the air, and the people doing that laughing. And Chelsea Manning released that because she just figured it was just something that was unacceptable, and ended up in jail over it. That's a pathocracy.
Robert, I got to add to that list Reality Winner. I just had her mom on the show, and Reality Winner's sister just had a baby. There was some kind of hope she would get some COVID release, and she's still in there locked up. And the only thing she did was report that the Russians weren't interfering in the elections, that now everybody's talking about. She was talking about it before anybody else, and they threw her in jail for that.
Yeah.
When she was working for a private company, too, by the way. She wasn't working for the government. She wasn't a traitor. She was working for a private company with a U.S. security clearance. So she violated an NDA, which would normally be a civil violation.
Yeah.
And sitting in jail right now, rotting away.
Perfect example.
Yeah. Why do you think, though? I was going to ask you. Back in the 60s, Malcolm X and JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King, all assassinated by gunshot. But we don't do that anymore. Well, why do you think it stopped? And what are they doing to us now?
Well, I think that they, when they did like what they did with JFK, and they were aiming for high noon to blow the guy's head off in front of the whole world. Sends a pretty strong message. I mean, he was terrified. Not he, but Evelyn Lincoln left the country. That was his secretary.
Right.
It terrified everybody. That is making the statement, you don't run your own country, we do. And this is what happens if you get in our way. And I think that's part of the reason. They wanted to kill him, but I think they wanted to show, especially with JFK, that we can do anything right in front of your face, and you can't do anything about it. And now we're, 60 years or so? I have to do the math, around there. And people still believe that Lee Harvey Oswald fired that shot. And he did not. And there's a mountain of evidence to that. I think they kind of stopped it. One thing is that it's really risky to do something. They really had to go to a lot of effort to cover that up. And it's hard to do. It's not hard to shoot somebody like that. It's hard to cover it up. And you do too much of it. And, they did plenty. Within, 5 years or something, it was JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King. I think Malcolm X was in there, too. They killed all these guys and blamed somebody else for it, patsies. And that's pretty tough to do, but you keep doing that. It's obvious right now, but it gets more obvious. And I think they were able to, and I consider those a coup.
Yeah.